Hi, this is Michael William Denny of the ThunderWizard.com YouTube channel. So, first of all, thank you to all those who are commenting. Obviously, the channel is going in a good direction and I'm getting a lot of positive feedback. So, thank you for all of your positive and sincere comments and questions. It's very helpful for me. So, I want to talk to you today about the third step in the 3 steps to exiting the matrix. If you haven't seen it already, please go back and watch that video, the 3 steps to exiting the matrix, so that you'll know what I'm talking about. So, if you're still watching, I'm assuming it's because you've watched that video. Now, as I said before, the third step is the most important and it's the most difficult. So I want to get more into depth in that. But again, let's go over what the 3 steps are. The first one is that you have to start from a correct assumption about who you are, which is that you yourself created the matrix, that your soul is infinite, that you, in fact, are omnipotent God. You created yourself. Nobody created you. You are not a victim. Nobody is doing anything to you unless you have decided to allow it. Okay? You have to start from that assumption. Whether you believe it or not, just assumptions create everything. So start with that assumption. Second step we talked about is that you need power. Now, the matrix that you created is a very powerful matrix. You created it because your infinite soul wanted to grow and wanted to learn, and the only way that infinity can learn is if it makes itself finite. That's why you incarnated in this physical meat bag we call a human body. That's why you have this limited brain and intellect, so that you could interface with this limited 3-dimensional world. You created a very good program, which is why you feel trapped, which is why you feel like you have to follow the rules. But you created this game with backdoor exits all over the place. The point of that was so that you would wake up within the dream, remember who you are, and then learn how to master the game. So listen, when you get to this point, you don't want to leave the matrix because you realize you will go back to being infinite again. You're here because you want to learn. And I talked about the 5 rules that govern the matrix. And if you haven't watched that, go and watch that now, because that's also really important. Okay, so now on to step 3. Step 1 is remembering the correct assumption. Step 2 is gaining power. You need power in order to break through the matrix. Now, the reason why this is important is because intellectual knowledge is not enough. The vast majority of spiritual practices and philosophies are trapped within the intellect, and the intellect can't do anything. All it can do is it's a dualistic computer that points out this, that, and the other thing, up, down, right, left, good, bad, black, white. That's its job. Now, it's very helpful because it helps you discern, but it can't actually solve any problems. To solve problems, you need power. Now, that's why I have put onto my channel all of these meditations, and especially the energy exercises. The energy exercises, the rune shamanism, all of that is designed to give you power so that you can break through the illusion of the matrix. If you haven't already, go ahead and watch the whole breath meditation and do that. That's where you're going to get your power from. Number 3, the third step is your unconscious mind. Now let's delve into that. The unconscious mind means that you're not consciously aware of it. The unconscious mind is something like 99% of your entire being is made up of your unconscious mind, which means that you are completely unaware of it. This is where people come in when they say you only use 10% of your brain. Your brain is just a computer. You are not your brain. Your brain is merely the interface. Your mind is something else. And over 90% of that mind is unconscious, meaning you are unaware of it. And to become aware of it is the point. Now, how the unconscious mind works, it's the unconscious mind that creates the matrix. It is you've put that in yourself. It's the generator that creates the matrix. Within your unconscious mind is the program that you've programmed this avatar. The matrix runs on the stories that you tell yourself. Now, as I said, you're born with what people call karma, which is really just the programming for your avatar that you put in the game. You put that into your avatar before you downloaded yourself into this body. All right? And so part of the game is to wake up and realize, oh, this is just a program. I'm not really all those things I say. So besides the programming that you put into your unconscious mind when you download it into here, you also continue to program it with new storylines. Everybody you meet, all of the relationships that you have, the experiences that you have, and the reactions that you have to those experiences continue to create the program for your avatar. So we talked about the virus. Remember in the 5-step, we talked about the virus of fear, that when you operate from fear, you get a negative reaction from the matrix, which then if you get stuck in one of those recurring loops of fear, you create this fear virus, which then makes it almost impossible. You get trapped within a matrix within the matrix. That's all going on in your unconscious mind. It's the stories that you tell yourself. In order to change those stories, you have to have power. That's why we do step 2. That's why it's so important you do the energy meditations and the exercises. Now, here's where we get to the point of this. The point of the game is to change your storyline. So if you are having all kinds of problems, money problems, car problems, relationship problems, health problems, and you keep bumping into these things, this is a sign that there are conflicts within your unconscious mind, your program. So it's like your matrix is sort of glitching. And these are all the glitches that are coming up in your matrix because you're in conflict. So the way to avoid having all those problems is to clean up, is to get rid of the conflicts and to become aware of the storyline that is written in your unconscious mind, to become aware of that with the understanding that you created it, that you are bigger than all of that. When you get to a place where you know what your storyline is, where you've cleaned it up, where you've changed the storyline, you take actions based on fearlessness, then these conflicts in your unconscious mind start to disappear. When those conflicts disappear, you don't have any of those problems anymore. I mean, listen, you will have challenges. Again, you write challenges into your program so you can experience it. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you. The reason why I'm in this place now, where I am learning to master the game, where, my girlfriend said this to me not too long ago. I've shared about this, is that she said to me, she said, do you know that you get everything that you want? And I said, I do? She said, yeah. She said, 2 weeks ago, you said you wanted such and such to happen, and there was no way that that was going to happen. I mean, it was basically impossible. And now 2 weeks later, you have exactly what you asked for. And I'm just realizing, how the heck did you do that? She says, do you know that? You have this ability to make things happen? And I'm like, huh. And I thought about it, and I realized that's because I've been learning how to master this program. And I've learned the keys of that. I've resolved a lot of the internal conflicts so that my unconscious mind, the program now writes itself, and that I write the program. That's how it works. So what that means is that when I say, you know what I want in my life, even though I don't have the money, I don't have whatever it is, it's impossible to get whatever it is I say that I want. And I go, you know what I want? I want such and such in my life. And then I just leave it alone. That's all I do. I just think about it, I intend it, I let it go. And then I don't worry about whether or not it happens. In fact, lots of times I forget that I even asked that. And then, I'll be going through my life and I'll be enjoying it, and then I'll go, wait a second. I intended this a month ago. Oh, and it was impossible then. Look at that. That's how the game works. That's how your unconscious mind writes. You can write the program as you go. You can rewrite it as you go. So anyway, I hope that clears up some things. It probably opens up a lot more questions. If you like this channel, please support the channel here. If you don't see the thing, scroll below where it says support the channel. That gives me, that gives me the opportunity to do these videos once a day. Listen, and I believe in an exchange of energy. I love giving out free stuff. The more that there's an exchange of energy, the more good karma comes to you as the result. You will get more out of it if you put something into it. So the other thing that you can do to help me is to subscribe, like, comment, share these videos, tweet them. We're on Twitter now, and also go back and watch the videos. I've got videos on there, some of them an hour and a half long, like Rune Shamanism. Go back and watch those whole videos. I mean, there are tons of free information, information you will not find anywhere else except on my channel. So anyway, that's it for now. If you want to work with me personally, you can contact me. I do take apprentices. I still have a couple slots left. And I do work with people privately in private one-on-one sessions. So that's it for now, my friends. Until next time, may you gain control over your own program.